The Give It a Go Show!
Welcome to the Give It a Go Show, where we give things a go and talk about it. I'm Rivet.
And I'm Prince.
It's been a really long time.
It's been what feels like a decade.
I know, it's just so much has happened in both our lives, and it's been absolutely insane.
I don't remember what I've done these past, 5 weeks.
These things should ease out a bit. I'm not in a shed anymore, so that's nice.
I thought you said I'm not gonna shed anymore, as if you were in your shedding phase and you need to get out of your old skin.
Sense, yeah, I wish I could sometimes, although it feels like that at the moment because it's winter and my skin's all crackly and dry.
Yeah, that's what's been happening. That's why she's been busy, because she's been skedding. God damn it.
Skedding.
She's been skedding. Anyway, that's a great start to this brand new energy episode.
Oh yeah. Happy New Year as well.
Right, that happened.
Hope you all had a good Christmas.
Remember when that happened?
Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I did something that at least I considered to be quite interesting. I did a couple things, but I thought this was the more interesting of the two. So, at the moment, I'm working pretty much full-time, about 35, 40 hours a week doing warehouse work. So, I've been sat in an office pretty much for the last 3 years, so this has taken quite the toll on my fragile body.
Fragile.
I'm not used to it, so I've been in quite a lot of pain. I shift parcels about all day. My shoulders hurt, my back hurts. Anyway, enough of that. So I decided I'd like to do something about that. So I signed myself up for a Thai massage with one of the ladies who does it at work professionally.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's from Thailand. Her name's Jampa. She works with me as well. She's a lovely lady. So I thought something a bit different. I'd never really liked the idea of a massage because I'd always thought, I don't like the idea of someone touching me. And,
See, I was thinking about trying that out for the podcast, but I had the same idea that I don't like being touched. So I was like, I'm probably not going to do it, but that's interesting that you ended up doing it instead.
I know. I never really wanted to do it again for that reason. My husband's never wanted to do it for that reason. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. At least I know this lady, so it won't be so awful. It was still kind of weird, though, in a way, because I work with her as well. And then I was like taking my top off and...
What, you don't take your top off to your colleagues all the time? I've had it wrong.
I asked the lady, her husband does the booking, so I went online, filled it all in. She didn't seem to know that I'd booked until about a week before. She was like, oh, you could contact me on this number. I was like, I'm already booked. And she was like, oh, okay, cool, fine, when? And I told her, and she was like, didn't know. Anyway.
Wow, good for her, doing that and working at the warehouse.
I know, she does all sorts. She's crazy. No, she's brilliant. She does all sorts. Her husband's tried to tell her to calm down and, just take some time off.
Maybe she should be the one getting a massage.
She said that the trouble she has is that no one does it well enough for her, so she goes to Brighton, which is quite a long way away from where I live, to get it done, and she gets it 2 hours at a time. So I signed up I signed up for the head, shoulders and back. I don't think she read any of it. So she just went for a full massage.
Oh no.
And I didn't expect this, and I was like, okay, well, I didn't want to say anything because she'd already started, but because initially I was like, why is she massaging my legs? That's not my head, shoulders, or back.
I would have kicked off.
Nah, I was like, I don't care.
Honestly, I say that, but in that situation, I would have probably just been like, she could be punching me right now, and I'd be like, oh, this is probably part of the procedure, and I shouldn't be... I shouldn't bother her. That's just the way that you think that you're going to be like, oh, I'd better do what I wanted him to do, and then you're just kind of like,
I don't want to be a bad client.
I'll just be polite. I hate it, but I'll be polite.
Well, this was the thing. So she led me in. I had to fill out some paperwork about all my medical conditions. That was cool. And then she led me down. It was in her house. So she led me in. She had lovely little rain sounds playing. It was delightful. We had to both wear masks because COVID. Slapped me down on the floor. I say that like she pushed me. No, she didn't. I got down on the floor.
Flapped you over like a pancake.
Yeah, she's like, get down then. No, she didn't. She was lovely. I joked about, I've been joking to my husband that, I'm going to get my bones crushed because the Thai massage, she even said to me, it has a reputation for being quite harsh. And I said, we made a joke about you crushing my bones. And she was like, haha, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, then she crushed my bones.
I'm going to vaporize your bones.
That was kind of how it felt at first. I think because I was so tense. And she was like pummeling my back. It wasn't too bad. Though I think the worst part was, and this is where the COVID mask is relevant, is, you know, the massage pillows with the head
hole
in them? The hole,
yeah.
Head space. So I had my face in there with my mask on and I could not breathe.
Oh no.
And I was breathing so heavily, I must have sounded horrendous. And I kept saying, I'm sorry, I have asthma, even though it was nothing to do with the asthma.
I mean, you know, it could be a factor.
I don't think it was. It was just because the mask was on, but also there wasn't much oxygen going around because my head was in this pillow. And I was just like... There was one point where she pushes in on your lower back, and I think her nails caught me every time.
Oh.
It was so painful. I mean, she didn't mean to do it. She was very, no, tell me if anything hurts too much or if it's too bad. And she was like, I'll do a lighter one because you've never had it before. And I went, all right, okay, cool.
And you were just being polite.
I didn't say anything.
Oh
she
my
was
God.
just, I could have just said, sorry, I think your nails are catching me, but I was just like, no.
I completely understand. I feel so pathetic every time, but it's that thing that you can't really help where you'd rather go through the pain silently than seem like any kind of bother or inconvenience to anybody.
Yeah.
And then also, you kind of want to feel a little tough, like you can take it, and it's so weird. You don't want to, like, disappoint them by being, like, unable to take, even though that would never happen.
Yeah, I mean, she was like, tell me if it hurts, and I was like, I will. I knew I wouldn't. Anyway. And then we were just chatting while she sorted out my head and arms. As it eased and as I relaxed, I was going to say detensioned. Detensioned.
Wow.
Yeah, as I relaxed and my muscles sort of detensioned.
No, yeah, commit to
Carry
it.
on. I'm owning this.
Detensioned.
I'm detensioning. It started to feel a lot better. It was a lot nicer. You know, I just felt kind of bad for her because at one point I had to like take my top off. She was sorting my arms out, like pulling my arms back and stuff. And I hadn't shaved my underarms and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She was like, I don't care.
I think she's probably given massages to way hairier people.
Oh, she has, from the sounds of it. But, you know, so I just was like, I'm sorry. Well, she didn't really say anything after a while, so she probably just had enough.
Oh my God.
Had enough of me moaning about it. We were having a chat. It was nice. It was actually over quite quickly, so I must have enjoyed it to some degree. When I was finished, felt a bit weird, I guess, because I'd just been, like, laid on the floor for an hour.
You've kind of been just tenderized like a piece of meat.
I really felt that way because there was also one point where she pretty much sat on my back. So she put her, like, entire weight on me.
Wow.
I mean, she's quite a dainty lady, luckily, but I felt it.
I mean...
She's very strong.
Honestly, are you that against a lady sitting on you?
Mother, close your ears. Anyway,
mm-hmm.
Anyway, so when I was done, I was quite dehydrated. Apparently that's normal. She gave me a bottle of water and a Quality Street chocolate. And then her husband came down and was like, "You're gonna hurt." And I was like, "What?" I kind of knew I might, but...
God, it feels like a scene from a horror movie where you've been doing something
I know.
And then someone walks down the stairs and it's just like, "You're gonna die tonight." And they're like, "Oh, don't mind him. He's a weirdo." And
yeah, he's just weird.
Yeah, and then horrible things happen. "You're gonna hurt."
I know, he was just like, "You're gonna hurt tomorrow," and I was like, "Okay." And he said, "If I see you walking to work like hunched over sort of thing, I'll be like, I know why that is." And I was like, "Okay, cool, thank you."
Okay, that's one way for him to really extrapolate on the fact that he's been through this a million times.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he obviously has, bless him. So I went home and then I drank the entire bottle of water, but I don't think it was enough because I had the worst headache I've had in a long time straight after.
Oh, goodness.
So I was just downing water and I eventually just gave up and took some painkillers, had a nice bath, and then I was okay. Woke up the next morning and quite a lot of pain. But I struggled on through the day. It was all fine. Then the next day, I felt a lot better. The thing was, I kind of didn't really notice it until it got to the points in the day where I would usually be in a lot of pain. I wasn't in as much pain, so that was nice. But it hasn't been nearly as bad since I got that done.
Well,
so
people go for a reason.
Straight after I'd had it done, I was like, I'm never doing that again because my head was hurting so much. I was like, Never do again because it was so painful. But I think I obviously, like I said, I hadn't drunk enough water. So
yeah, I guess it might be one of those things like a necessary evil if it's something you don't enjoy being done to you, but it alleviates a long-term pain for a short-term one.
You kind of get used to it after a bit. You know, it's like, well, she's already seen everything. I mean, there's obviously nothing untowards about the touching. You know, it's all very much massage. Looking back on it, I'm like, you know what? I think if I got this done a few more times, I'd enjoy it more and I'd really...
Well, it would become something more normal. That's another thing.
Yeah, exactly. And your body gets used to it. There's people who get it done a lot harder than I had it.
Yeah,
so...
people have a lot of deep pains in their backs. And my girlfriend she's got back pains a lot, and her shoulders are like granite. You can hurt yourself by trying to knock those knots out.
Yeah,
and I have tiny baby hands that I use for art every day, and they are in pain if they do anything remotely difficult. So I start cramping up immediately. I'm like, how kind of strength must you have to be able to perform that kind of stuff on the daily for some people?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, my husband tried to kind of work the knots out a few times, but I mean, he kind of just pinched my skin more than anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to ask Jamper. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think I would get it done again, actually. Probably going to wait, but yeah, I think that I might combine it. I might try and do some yoga as well. I'm not going to talk about that on the podcast because I've already done dog yoga. I might do that, combine the two. It's just about, I guess, maintaining that back health, especially when you're working a very physical job. It's very important to take care of your body.
Yes, especially if you do monotonous movements like that are repeated over the whole day. It's gonna...
Yeah, definitely. I carry a lot of heavy parcels and stuff, and so in general, very important to take care of yourself. So it wasn't even that expensive for what it was. If you have back or shoulder pain, I'd recommend you giving it a shot, as long as you obviously don't have any medical conditions that could be affected by it.
So I got into alcohol pretty late. Kind of right when I got into my 30s, I started drinking more. So I've been trying more new things, and the thing I tried now was beer.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had the idiot idea of starting this the day before we were set to record, despite bringing 3 types of alcoholic beverages.
Right.
And having had over a week of prep. But as usual, I thought, well, I'm not going to like it anyway. So I never thought it through in regards to whether I would have to finish the drinks or not.
Right.
So since a lot more time passed, Sandra kept buying me more beer to try.
Oh my god.
So I brought, initially I brought 3 kinds, but I got 6.
6 different types of beer.
Yeah, I don't really know if you can call them that different. And my dad, if he's listening to this, is going to be like, you got the types wrong or whatever. Listen, there are so many ways to describe beer. Yeah. For me, I understand there's light, there's like a dark, I guess, medium. That's what I know. Sometimes it's ale, sometimes it's called something else. It's like
I don't
lager,
have much to offer this.
And I don't know the difference between any of them, and I tried to research it. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about beer, but I tried it. So something that I remember is that I used to drink the foam as a kid. Yeah. Like when my dad would have a beer as a kid, I was like, ooh, foam, that's fun. Can I have some? And he'd be like, you won't like it. Yeah. But I liked the foam when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So when I tried the first one, which was a Corona Extra, a light beer, I felt super nostalgic. Oh, because it tasted like I remembered from the little foam that I drank as a kid. It's weird because I really don't like bitter tastes. I just don't like them. I actually kind of liked this one because it's very hard to describe. They use so many different ingredients in beer. It's insane.
Oh yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Because you can't taste any of them. It's not like a drink where it's like, this has raspberries and you taste raspberries. Yeah. They just like culminate into some kind of weirdness, which is beer. But yeah, it was bitter, but it was kind of crisp.
Okay.
And I don't really have the wordplay to describe flavors. And if somebody is like a beer connoisseur, they're going to be like, oh, well, these ones have a difference in the spiciness or whatever. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Beer. But it was oddly refreshing. And I think if I hadn't gotten used to more alcohol recently, I might not have liked it. And I still prefer more sweet stuff like cider. But this one's very good. I was like, what am I going to do now? I have 2 more big ones to try. But this one, I kind of took my time with this one, enjoyed it while I could. I also always liked the smell of it. And the thing is that it tastes exactly like it smells, which is kind of weird.
I have quite nostalgic memories of beer in the sense I've never drank it, to be honest. I don't drink a lot in general, but I'm British. Pubs.
Pubs.
We got all sorts of pubs. I've smelled a lot of beer in my time. I say that like I've gone around from glass to glass, being like, but I no, it's just quite a familiar smell, you know, like the smell of being in the pub and that kind of thing.
That's understandable. Yeah, I guess people can relate it to like good company or like a nice night out or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's probably one of the reasons why so many people drink it. I've never tried it, but you know,
I never went to pubs or anything like that. I never had any desire to. I just kind of like getting some drinks at home every once in a while. So this was before Christmas, so I also tried like a Falcon Christmas brew, which is like I think it's light or more towards the dark. Yeah, a brew. Okay. I don't know what the difference in any of the words are. My dad was like, well, this one's a lager. And I'm like, yeah, that's a word. Thank you for saying that word. I don't know
the difference either. I was going to say, I'm British, so I probably should.
I don't know how many of the lads that you're hearing screaming after a few beers, how many of them know the intricacies of what everything's called. But yeah, I was starting to think that this was going to be like the teas in which it pretty much tastes the same with some slight undertones of other things. And like I said, I'd be like, well, this tastes different, but I can't place it because I'm not good at that. Yeah, I didn't really detect anything super different about it. I liked it. There's apparently more sweetness to this one, but I think it was more bitter.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one was in a can, and I tend to prefer things that are in cans for some reason. They just kind of retain the cold. I liked the fact that it was in a can, but I think I liked the other beer better. It was kind of the same, though.
Yeah. Corona's quite a popular one, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and I actually specifically looked it up because I was curious, and apparently sales did not suffer because of the...
Oh, I read that they had.
They might not have suffered to the point where it was a big deal.
No, I still see a lot of people drinking it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people are still gonna drink their favorite beer.
I mean, it's kind of a stupid correlation at the end of the day. Very different things.
Yes, exactly. Like, oh, this thing is called the same thing, but I've always been drinking this. Like...
Yeah, exactly.
Paranoid people probably stopped drinking it. Yes, but it wasn't gonna make them unable to keep making Corona or having to change the name or anything.
Yeah.
So a third one that I got was Hobgoblin, which I found interesting.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, and I was going to read the bottle because it had like a fucking novel of ingredients. Can't get the bottle, but it had just a frickin' Bible. Basically, I like this one the least, and I think it's because the darker it gets, the more bitter it gets, and it was way too bitter for me.
Okay.
It tastes like beer. It's fine, but it's just
about it that's nice.
Yeah. There's a nice thing to it, but it's just the more bitter it gets, it's a little too much for me at that point.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
There's something about drinking beer that makes me feel like less of an anomaly because it's something so many people do.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the same in Sweden, but in the UK, if you go to say get birthday cards for any male member of the family, it's always like beer.
Oh gosh,
golf, women.
It's not. I'm sure there are jokey ones like that here, but it's not the norm.
Oh, there's loads. I don't know why. It's always like beer, and my mum struggled. You know, we all struggle to get birthday cards for any of my family because none of them drink beer.
It's the whole lad culture, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. It's very much a thing in the UK. Is the lad culture.
Yeah, going off to drink yourself to death in Ibiza or whatever.
No thanks. Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, I felt kind of cool, and I was sitting alone at home with a beer, and like, I'm drinking beer, look at me.
Just having a beer with the lads.
So at this point, I was going to have the Hobgoblin on the day that we recorded because I could not drink 3 beers in one night.
No.
So that's when I told you that I still have a bit of mine to do.
Oh, that's what you meant. I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah, because I still had to drink the Hobgoblin. But then we weren't recording, so I just managed to spread it out way better. I was a little stressed out about that, so it's a good thing we didn't record. So
all you need to do now is sit there with your beer, pack of crisps, and watch the football, and you'll be very welcome here.
No, the thing is, I've tried drinking beer while eating things, both food and snacks. I can't stand it for some reason.
I don't know. I might be completely wrong here, but is it like quite dehydrating? Because I know that
No, not really. It's kind of refreshing. It's just that I know that drinking beer with, say, bitter things is not that great because it's just bitter on bitter. But I think I just don't like the combination of beer and other maybe savory stuff it could be.
Yeah, I think I'm wrong. What I was referring to, another thing that they do a lot in British pubs, is they sell a lot of salted nuts. So I'm completely wrong because that would defy this logic. So they sell a lot of the nuts, and I presume that so that people eat them, they get quite dehydrated, and then they buy more.
Yes, of course.
Alcohol.
I know a lot of people like to drink beer with food. I know my dad does that at restaurants when we
Oh yeah,
go.
a lot of people do it.
But it was fine, but the beer kind of started tasting really weird for some reason. It could be that I don't like more savory with beer. But so I had 2 more that I tried. That was not 6, that was 5. I can't count. Forgot to say hobgoblin was apparently a ruby beer, which makes even less sense to me. Now there's gemstones in the mix. I can't take this. So I tried a pilsner.
Heard of that
a Danish
one?
pilsner. Something that has been described to me as lager. Take from that what you will. So very similar to Corona one, probably because they're both light. I like it a lot more than darker ones. It has a bit of a spark to it and a bit more taste, but the taste is still beer, so don't really have any more colorful words to describe that. But it felt stronger, just not as bitter, so that was interesting. And
is Pilsner the one with the adverts with Mads Mikkelsen?
Probably.
I don't know.
I haven't seen them, but he's Danish, so
he is.
Maybe.
I guess that's why I was like, I know he did a beer advert and he's Danish, so maybe it was Pilsner.
No,
anyway.
it could be. Like, Danes don't have any other beers. I could be right, but
don't know. Yeah,
I don't want to make assumptions about the Danes. They'll come after me.
If you come to the UK one day, we have a brewery. I can't say that word.
Yes,
I cannot say that
got
word.
you to say that word again. Brewery.
Brewery. Anyway. I cannot say it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I know how to say it. It's just that my mouth doesn't agree.
Yeah, it's confused by all the extra syllables that you're adding 2-syllable word.
That's the trouble. I've got a friend who lives down Brewery Lane, and I can't say it. And it's just anyway. We've got a place in this town that is a brewery, and they do loads of artisan beers and fancy stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, I've only been there once, and I didn't drink because I don't really drink. So it was all right. Anyway. Yep.
So the last one I tried was a Heineken, and I didn't
classic
like this one, and I don't know why. Maybe because this one didn't have any alcohol in it.
Right. Oh, okay. Oh, you had the no alcohol one. I know they brought that out recently.
Oh, right. I forgot to read a part about the Pilsner. Yes, it has been described as lager turned up to 11 specifically. So I know even less about what that means because I don't know what lager is, but apparently it's even more of that.
Does it mean it's stronger?
It's supposed to be spicier. I don't know what that means either.
All right.
But I said it was stronger, so maybe something like that. But yes, did not like the Heineken, which, normally I would be fine with things without alcohol, like, cider. It's just sweet. It tastes good. But I guess with beer, it makes a difference. It has a weird aftertaste that makes it feel like I just ate paper. Not that it's dry or anything, but that it tastes of paper. Sorry, Heineken.
Interesting. I kind of want to try it now. I want that experience.
It didn't taste the way a drink should. It felt like I was eating something I wasn't supposed to. That kind of taste.
Yeah, I know what you
kind
mean.
of medicinal almost.
Oh, yeah. Not very nice. No.
Very strange. Everything else tasted pretty much the same with very slight differences. So, Heineken, what are you doing? Maybe it is the lack of alcohol. That was the only different one.
I've never had any kind of Heineken, so I can't really say. Guess you'll have to try one with alcohol.
Well, I'm going to drink more beer.
Wee, beer with the lads.
Yeah, whoa. I don't have any lads.
I don't drink beer, but I'll be a lad and I'll drink some beer with you. When I come to Sweden one day.
I would not make you do that just so I can have a lad.
That's all right. We'll sit on the sofa, we'll have a beer, and we'll watch some football, even though neither of us give a shit about football.
So we'll do a bunch of shit that we don't want to do. That sounds great.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were the ones I tried, but
I feel like I'm back home. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So I think beer is one of those things where I would probably only drink it if I specifically have a hankering for it, because at the end of the day. I like cider better because I like sweet tastes.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
But sometimes if I want to feel fancy or something, which is like the least fancy thing that you can drink alcohol-wise,
I was going to say, I don't think I'd feel particularly fancy having a beer.
Yeah, fancy's probably the wrong word, but it's more like, okay, let's say if I want to feel more normal, then I have a beer.
Yeah.
Let that be a nice uplifting message to all the people out there. If you want to feel normal, drink beer.
Don't drink too much. Don't drink and drive.
And once again, I sat here like, well, I'm not going to like it. And then I liked it. And egg on my fucking face. and beer in my gut.
You liked beer.
You
taught yourself.
Like it. You like beer.
Oh, that shows you.
You like beer and sushi, but not together.
No, I don't.
Okay, speaking of food.
I'll start off with my thing because it's going to get cold soon.
Okay.
This might shock some people who think I may be the perfect Brit, despite me not drinking beer with the lads.
Despite you not having tried Baby Bell or having tried the other thing that your dog ate.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. When I had one half of the Scotch egg, I came back and it was gone. My small fat dog ate it.
My small, now bigger dog.
She looks like a Scotch egg at the moment. Anyway, this week I'm trying a true British staple that I haven't actually ever really had, and that's tea, like a regular tea.
What?
I have never had a regular tea. I only drink herbal tea.
Oh.
And I will explain why I haven't tried it.
You'll have to explain the difference to me as well.
Okay, well, herbal tea, fruit taste and other thing.
Herbal tea, fruit taste, and thing.
Well, you tend to, with a herbal tea, obviously this varies from person to person, but you tend to pour the hot water into it. You just leave it to simmer. Just leave it to sit, for about 10 to 15 minutes. You take it out, you just have it as it is. Usually like Earl Grey. I don't have any Earl Grey, but we do have a stash of regular black tea for when people visit. So this one's called Ceylon, I think. It's a Sri Lankan blend, apparently, according to Tesco. I will just explain why I've never tried tea. When I was but a child, I remember waking up very late in the night. I don't know what time it was. I just got out of bed and I was like, I can't sleep. So I went into the living room and decided I was going to watch TV. And we only had mugs in my house growing up. I don't know why. We had loads of mugs. We'd never had any glasses, and I would usually have like a mug of milk or water. Well, and one night I was just sat there. I was watching Cartoon Network very late at night, very quiet. Picked up what I thought was my mug of milk, and it was a mug of very cold tea.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like...
I mean, of course, it was cold and old.
Yes, yeah. And ever since then, I have not drunk tea. So, you know what? I'm going to do it now.
I hope we didn't go on for so long that it turned into cold, old tea from your past.
It's not that cold. It's still lukewarm, at least, which is fine.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to try it. I've put milk and 2 sugars, because that's how I've heard that we traditionally enjoy it. They sound like an alien who's just come to...
Yeah, to
who's just entered their human form.
Exploring the culture of your ancestors.
That's not too bad, actually.
Oh, what does it taste like?
Might have put too much sugar in it.
So sugar.
Well, I put 2 teaspoons of sugar in it. I did it based on a maintenance van that goes past sometimes, and it says, tea 2 sugars, please. So I did 2 sugars.
Oh, you...
I don't know what the standard is, so I just was like, 2 sugars sounds about right.
The standard, I think it's to your own standards.
I don't have one, though, because I don't know, because I've never had tea properly before. So, so I've done 2 sugars and a bit of milk. And you know what? It's not too bad.
Okay. So, yeah, you're not disgusted by it. That's a win. That's a win for Small River.
Small River.
Yeah.
It just tastes like sugar.
I mean, you had 2 teaspoons of sugar in it. Of course it tastes like sugar. If I have 2 teaspoons of sugar in my coffee, I taste the sugar and not the coffee.
Yeah, God, my husband has 3 teaspoons of sugar in his coffee.
Well, maybe he likes his sugar.
He does like his sugar. I can kind of taste the tea.
The tea.
I was going to say tea bag, but...
Well, I guess that's the thing about it, is that it specifically tastes like tea, just like beer tastes like beer and not anything else.
I'd have this again. Yeah.
I
like it.
Maybe nicer when it's a little hotter.
Oh, that would mean, because every time you go anywhere pretty much in the UK, they're like, do you want tea? Do you want tea? And I'm like, no, I don't drink tea. I just want water. And they look at me like I must have been neglected all my life.
Oh, I
understand.
Like,
no, I legitimately just want to drink water. And
we drink a lot of coffee, especially in this family. So when we would all gather for my grandma, like we're like on display, gather for grandma. No, we would gather with the grandma and have Swedish fika, amongst other things, and everybody drank coffee. And I didn't drink coffee until I was maybe like 24 or 25 because I got addicted to Monster energy drinks and I needed to stop, but I needed a substitute and became coffee. Yeah, way better. Coffee, not great, but way better. So I felt like I was a part of the group finally because I was drinking coffee.
Just
And
adults stood in a circle drinking
yeah,
coffee.
that's the thing. I guess it's different depending on where you go. But it'll be like, oh, do you want coffee or tea? And then you have to be the freaking
Yeah.
cryptid balloon animal who's just
Weirdo.
like, I don't drink any of those. And they're like, but you're an adult.
You have to.
Yeah.
I know.
And
Yeah,
you
it's
have to
like,
sit there like and drink lemonade like a 3-year-old.
Yeah, or like I said, I usually just drink water, and people always look so shocked at me, and I'm like, it's just water. It was here before all of these drinks. Can I?
That's the thing, though. Yeah, because I mean, coffee, for example. Like my brother doesn't drink coffee. He doesn't want to get addicted to something like that.
Yeah.
Completely understandable.
Yeah.
You should probably admire people who don't eat coffee, but it's just like, well, you don't eat coffee.
I thought you said don't eat coffee for a second, and I was
Who
like,
don't
oh,
eat?
well.
Who don't
Eat
need.
it. Don't eat the coffee.
You should probably admire people who don't eat coffee as well.
Yeah, true.
But less
Most of
so,
us, yeah.
because it's not so deserving of admiration so much.
Oh no, of course not. So what have you got to try?
So I've got a ramune, I think.
Oh, I love ramen.
It doesn't
Had
have
some last night.
the ball in it, but I think that's, you slam it down, like when you
Okay,
open
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
I usually get my husband to do it.
yeah,
Can't do it.
I haven't
I had some
had
last
these
night.
in so long, so I was gonna try this on a podcast. I think it's watermelon flavored.
Okay, I had a lychee one
Or-
last night. It was lovely.
It's
Yeah.
one of those Japanese watermelons that has like a coat hanger at the top.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
So I need to pop this thing in. I've already taken off the plastic. Let's see if I can destroy this.
Oh, I can't do it. Yeah, I'll be interested to hear you try and do it.
So for those who don't know, the bottle it kind of thins out at the middle, and there's supposed to be a little ball in there. So you have to open the bottle, you have to push down the cap and let the ball in, so to speak, and you have to do it very hard. Why? How did children do this?
I know. I always thought that. I was like,
Oh my god.
everyone can do this in Japan and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't
can't
dare
do
to
it
do it
either,
on
so
my
I
desk. Oh
it
my
won't
god.
go everywhere. Yeah, you've got to push like really hard.
Oh my god. I might have to get my freaking girlfriend to do this for me. I'm so weak.
I would ask Toby how to do it, but he's not here. So
Do you have to? Oh my god.
I can't do
I can't
it.
do
either,
it.
so I can't.
I can't open it.
Why are we both so weak? Our partners are so
Oh
strong.
my god. I have to get elite help. Help. Best. Yeah, we have a guest speaker today on the Give It a Go show. Who's got? Remember when she destroyed those lemons?
Oh
This
yeah.
is this is her. Oh, you're supposed to do that. I didn't know that.
She done it.
There he goes. Thank you. Oh!
Ah, she's done it.
Some liquid came out.
Oh, whoa.
So the thing I was supposed to do was take the little plastic part of the thing that came off with the plastic. It's a little cap, and you take something out of it, and then you push that into the cap. Why are they making them like this? How do children open them? So now it has a ball in it. It's
Yes.
gathering, and I guess now I can actually drink it. It's like
Yeah.
they have this puzzle where you can't quench your thirst unless you're smart. Weeding out the weak.
Natural selection.
Natural
You can open the
selection.
ramen. We both be gone.
Yeah. The hole is so little.
I know. You just literally have to take what it gives you.
Oh my god. Yeah, you have to put it all in your mouth. Oh my god, that's delicious though.
Ooh, lovely. Which one have you got? Like what brand?
It says hata, and then it says something in Japanese that I can't read. Okay, hata kosen.
Great. I don't know why I asked. I don't know all the ramen brands.
Well, it tastes like melon candy.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, but it's like carbonated and nice.
I'm not going to talk about how I used to pronounce ramen.
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk about it.
Oh no. This is the man who stopped me from saying it that way. 'Cause he
Yeah.
was like, why do you
This
say it like that?
happens
I was like,
sometimes, and it's happened on the podcast, but it's happened to me too,
Yeah.
don't worry. I was the one who said fingy movements, and you said you need dexterity. But yes, we were just talking, and she was like, so yeah, I had a ramune.
Ramen soda.
Yeah, ramune soda, and you asked for it at a restaurant specifically, right? Like, can I have the
Yes, I
ramune?
did.
And I think I just did that kind of incredulous pause where I was like, did you just say ramune? And you were kind of
Yeah,
like,
you did it, and I was
uh-oh.
like, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I said, oh, no.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I doing?
And I was like, it's ramune, it's Japanese, as if you would be like, oh, of course. But yeah, you were like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I've been asking for this at restaurants. Where there are actual Japanese people. I mean, they probably get it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm assuming that, especially in Britain, obviously everyone probably pronounces things quite similarly to me. So I would.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so funny.
It was funny. It was funny to find out that I've been pronouncing it completely wrong every time I went in. It's funny because I always go in like, can I have the karage? Can I have the donburi? And then I go, oh, could I have some ramen as well, please?
Yeah, some ramen, please.
I'll have some ramen on the side,
yeah. So these are always so expensive when you get them.
Yeah, they are. They're so expensive.
In not Japan, and there's barely anything in it. I've already had half of it, and I had 2 sips, and you can hear the ball.
Okay.
Rolling around in there. People try to get it out, but I guess that's part of the fun, question mark. I don't know why they have the ball in there.
I don't know.
It's just an aesthetic. It's fun.
It's like you said, though, it's a shame because you don't really get much in it for the money. I mean, we actually do have a brand that we do get over here called Kelly Loves, I think, or something. We get it with our Waitrose sushi. We only get the Waitrose sushi because it doesn't have gluten in it and my husband will die otherwise. Anyway.
I need more of these. God, I should have just looked at the very easy diagram of where you take the thing out of the thing and put it on the cap. I thought you just pushed down the cap itself, but no, you push the ball. I've never done this before. I feel like a Neanderthal. Here's a bottle, won't work. Anyway, carry on. We're done with that.
Would you have this one again?
Yes, I need more.
Okay,
like right now, I need to get more.
I guess we move on to Rivet's News Corner.
Please.
Rivet's News Corner.
So, this one is a pretty cool little animal-related one again. It tends to be the animals or food, I've noticed, apart from the last one, which was about the Turkish man who joined his own search party.
Ah, right.
This one is about Magawa, the hero rat, who was given a medal for detecting landmines in Cambodia. He's passed away at age 8. Now, I just thought this was cool. This was a cool little guy, a cool little fella.
Like a Redwall mouse with a sword and shield.
There's a little picture of him and he's wearing a medal.
Oh.
They've tied it. He's lovely. He looks lovely. So, yeah, he's an African giant pouched rat.
Oh, goodness.
And he's kind of cute. He sniffed out more than 100 landmines and other explosives, and he became the first rat to be awarded the UK's PDSA Gold Medal, which is the animal equivalent of the George Cross.
That's amazing that they make those for animals who
I know.
Absolutely don't care.
Yeah, the animal's just like, all right, cool, can I have a treat now?
Not that they don't care about doing a good job and stuff like that, but yeah, they definitely don't care about the medals unless they're edible.
Oh god, no. Yeah, exactly, that's the thing.
I think we do that mostly for the humans. They like to see those things.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I did, to be fair. I liked seeing the picture of him with his little medal on, so fair enough.
Yeah, very cute.
It's very cute. So he was trained by a Belgian charity called APOPO, a Popo, I guess, during his 5-year career. Damn, he managed to clear more than 225,000 square meters, goodness, of land. Of 31
of land.
of land. The equivalent of about 31 football pitches. He discovered 71 landmines and 38 items of unexploded ordnance.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought that was very sweet. So Magawa, he retired a while ago, and the baton was taken up by another one called Ronin. Ronin the rodent. Yes, he passed away peacefully this week. 8's quite old for a rat, isn't it?
Well, don't ask me.
Maybe not for that type of rat. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was about to say I've never had a rat.
Let's find out. Rat's average life
My rat was like 2. No, probably 3.
Yeah, so it says 2 years. Okay, well, African pouched rat. Yeah, they can be more than 7 years in captivity.
Oh, he did all right then.
That's pretty cool that there's a type of rat that just lives way more than like double the usual lifespan of rats.
Oh, it's
a
like
power rat.
Yeah. I wish my rat would have been a bit more useful like that. He just sat in his cage and ate food.
I mean, he can't really sniff out any landmines if he's in a cage. That's not a statement on keeping animals in cages. You should keep a rat in a cage, but can't really do much if you're...
I used to let him out and he'd just sit there and be like, nah, I can't be bothered.
Oh yeah, same thing when I had a rabbit. He was like, no, I'm fine, I'll be in here, and throw my house upside down.
Yeah. Remember taking him outside to clean him out in his, like, the top part of his cage. I didn't, like, just throw him out into the garden. And then the next door neighbour's cat came in and I was like, get him in! Rat rescue operation.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know, I immediately saw that and I thought about how mean hamsters are. I don't know why.
I'm sorry, hamsters? I think you mean
Yeah,
hamer.
rodents. Hamers. My apologies.
That's right.
Hamsters are mean. Well, anyway, the one my nan had was he used to just bite everyone, and my dad used to have to wear solid gloves to pick the hamster up because he would just make everyone bleed. He was so
God
mean.
dang.
He was not a nice lad.
No.
I mean, he probably had some issues, but issues as if he needed counselor. But,
yeah, he had his own inner landmines to sniff out.
Maybe so. I don't think my nan even got to naming him because he was just always biting at everyone and no one could touch him, and she put him in a hamster ball and we'd all run and like scream because we were like, if he gets out,
oh god,
our ankles are gone.
Yeah.
And so general rodent thoughts, really.
Just rodent thoughts.
Just rodent thoughts. I was gonna say it'd be a cool use for rodents. So I'm like, oh yeah, train them all up to do that. It's not a life.
It's very
for all of them.
dangerous.
Anyway.
You could blow a rat to kingdom come.
Well, also we don't have many landmines in the UK, so
well,
I
get
don't
on
think
it then.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
Obviously,
God.
don't mean that, but.
Anyway, Magawa, you're a good lad. Thank you for your service, good sir.
Yes.
I played this a while ago, and I would like to play it again. Well, I've already spoiled the end. Anyway,
That's it. Goodbye. Thanks for. That's me. That's my time.
I'm done. I played a game that I actually got for free through Epic Games. I played the Guild of Dungeoneering, it's kind of like solo D&D,
Oh.
but it's just more the combat side.
Yeah, you don't have as much agency in changing things.
No, you don't. And I mean, you're the only one, so it's a very sort of sketchy style. You know, it's very
sketchy,
minimal.
as in
Literally sketchy.
Yeah,
you know,
not
like
like
Diary
weird.
of a Wimpy Kid, that kind of thing.
Mm.
It's that kind of art style, I guess, where it's just notebook scribble type things. And it's black and white as well most of the time. So I have to say, I personally wasn't a huge fan of the aesthetic, just because I like something that's a bit more visual personally, but that's just at me. The gameplay itself, I have to say, it was actually alright. So it's a turn-based thing, as D&D tends to be. It was alright. So you get given a character to start off, a dungeoneer, and then you go on your little adventure, and you kind of have to build the dungeon as you go, sort of.
Oh.
And like you can kind of, it's more like you kind of place the rooms, and then you just go in, and then you have to be quite strategic. So you get cards, 3 or 4 cards, and then you have to pick what your attack is. And then you have to try and obviously, I mean, as most of these games kind of are, you have to try and knock the opponent's health down before your own goes down. And then if you win, then your dungeoneer can get more powerful. Yeah, you can get some cool buffs and that, and then you just have to work your way to the final boss. I don't know what happens after that because I never got that far. I presume that they are maybe just returned to your dungeon cave.
Dungeon cave.
Dungeon cave.
So a dungeon.
Yeah, so a dungeon. It's alright. The mechanics of it were quite good. I actually might play it again. It wasn't something that I would play like all the time. It's not something I think I could really get stuck into. But I would play it again. I think that the music's good in it. That you can tell that they've made some little tunes. You know,
You can tell they made some tunes. Great shape.
I know. Sorry, I haven't been awake very long. Anyway, so
None of us have.
yeah, they got some dungeon tunes.
I go in my dungeon core playlist. It's just like liquid
Ominous
dropping
noises.
onto a stone floor
Yes.
for 2 hours.
The wind passing through a
A
corridor.
moan from a guy in a cage.
I was gonna do an impression. I thought better not if my parents are listening.
An impression of a dungeon? That's quite a... Yeah, that's how people moan when they're in cells. They're just like... So, for me, I have been playing this almost every day.
Okay.
So, I was going to talk about a different thing, and I have notes for that still. I don't have notes for this other thing, but I had to talk about it instead because I've been obsessed with it. So, I've been playing it on the Switch. It's this game called Gnosia, or Gnosia, I don't know how you pronounce it. And first of all, do you know what a werewolf game is?
I can't say I do.
A werewolf game is basically usually something you play with other people, but this is a full game. But a werewolf game is when you're a group and one of you is the werewolf, and you have to figure out who the werewolf is.
Oh, yeah, my old co-workers at my last job, they all played a game like that.
Sometimes there will be extra things, like someone can be, don't know what the specific terms in a werewolf game is, but they can be other roles that affect the overall experience. And so Gnosia is a game like that, except it is a game you play by yourself, but the story has you in a loop. So basically, every time you win or die, it loops back, but everything has changed. So for example,
Okay.
someone could be Agnosia, or some people could be, and you either kill them or they kill you, or you win or fail, and then when it loops, you could be the Gnosia.
Oh, okay.
So it changes every time, and you can set up how many characters, like how many of the characters you want to be in it. You can set up all the different roles. For example, a doctor who can tell whether or not the last person who died was Agnosia. And there's followers who want Agnosia to win. There's engineers who can suss out who, once a day, they can suss out if someone's a human or Agnosia. There's a guardian angel who can save somebody from getting killed. There's like lots of those roles. There's also a bug where if the bug is alive at the end of the turn, no matter who would have won, the bug will just destroy everybody. So yeah, it has a lot of those things and a lot of intricacies, like the engineer, if they examine the bug, they will kill the bug or something like that. So it's kind of got all of those different roles that interact with each other, and you can set up how many of them you want to use. You can set up which one you want to be. You can do random. But this game also has characters with personalities, you know, and story, and you have to figure out how to break the loop and how to save everybody. And a lot of different things happen where sometimes someone could be your friend, but they're Agnosia and they don't want to kill you, or they betray you. All kinds of stuff can happen depending on what conditions you started, ended with, or the way you played. And it's incredibly addictive. Because it's...
I don't want to play it now.
Yeah, because it's never the same.
I'm going to Google it.
It's always different, and it's a very gradual... I think I'm on loop 120 right now.
Oh my god, so there's a lot of replay value.
Oh, yes, because...
Anime!
Yeah, because one round can be very short. And if you lose, you're like, oh, damn it. And you try again, and you can specifically event search, so to speak, which means that these conditions can make a story thing happen. It has a lot of those features that just make it so addictive to play. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that.
Sounds pretty cool.
It's very difficult in the beginning until you level up your skills and get more skills.
Ah, right.
Because when you get more charm and intuition and stuff, people are less likely to suspect you and they listen to what you have to say. So it's very hard in the beginning, but I played it a lot. So now it's just, I just kind of go through round after round and try to make things happen, try to do different things and see if I can trigger something new. And oh my god, I just had to talk about it because it's so fun and so interesting.
I'm looking at pictures of it now. It's got quite a cool art style as well.
It has.
Why have a look at this?
It has a cast of, I think there are 2 non-binary characters in it, and there are very different designs and personalities.
It's not that expensive, actually.
Yeah. There's a character who's just a beluga whale.
Good. Oh, I saw a picture of him. He looks cute.
Yeah, it's a her, actually. Her name is Otome, and she's got a little heart drawn on her fishbowl.
She's really cute.
She's extremely cute. It's so... Oh, I just love these characters a lot. This is like the rant-worthy kind of thing, which is why I wanted to talk about it here. It's such a different game. I got it on a sale, and I was like, well, I'll try it out. And now I can't stop playing it. I was gonna talk about frickin' Bee Simulator. Which I might still talk about some other time.
I would be interested to hear about it. I remember when it came out and being like, damn,
Bee Simulator sounds like something that would be kind of cursed or something, but it wasn't. It was cute. But I might talk about it some other time.
I wish it was cursed. It would make it more interesting, wouldn't it?
I guess so. Yeah. That's
cursed bee content.
Cursed bee.
Oh god, I really want this game now. I'm gonna have to see how much it is in the UK because I only saw the US price.
So I guess that brings us around to the facts corner.
Yes.
This one's also animal based, and I realized after I learned this that I've seen people use this term before, and they've just known about it, but I didn't know. So today I learned that nature has evolved different species into crabs at least 5 separate times, a phenomenon known as carcinization.
I've heard that phrase. No, I'm just thinking of the word carcinogens.
So it sounds kind of insane. When I first learned about it, it sounds like, whoa, did they turn a cat into a crab? Well, not obviously that insane, but something like that. But no, they just turned crab-looking things into crabs. For example, king crabs evolved from hermit crabs. That's been pretty well studied, I guess. Porcelain crabs are related to squat lobsters. They also mentioned the hairy stone crab, but there was no note on what they evolved from, so I'm guessing some kind of Pokemon.
I was gonna say it really sounds like Pokemon evolutions.
It does.
Yeah.
So this is where I also found out that hermit crabs aren't even crabs, because crabs grow their own shells on their body. But then there's a coconut crab, which is a crab, but it's also a hermit crab.
Are they the ones that are like really massive and terrifying.
Yes. I spent a lot of time of my life that I will never get back on Googling terms like, is this crab a crab? I felt extremely stupid. It felt kind of like writing, is a tabby cat a type of cat?
Yeah.
Except it is different because the hermit crabs aren't crabs, but coconut crabs are hermit crabs and coconut crabs are crabs. So what's real? I was going a little insane, so I could be getting my crab facts wrong. Some of this info was on Wikipedia.
Any crab experts sound here if you can help us.
The bottom line is that people like to name a lot of things crabs that aren't crabs.
Disgusting.
So human calcification when? When do we turn into crabs? Is what I want to know.
I agree. I want the release date for the human crab.
New crab just dropped.
New crab just I'm trying to picture it and it's kind of terrifying, but
a human crab?
Human crab, yeah. Or like a crab human.
It's what I look like when I try to go to the bathroom at night.
Oh my god.
Just sidestepping my way. Hope there's no cat pee on the floor.
That's the start. We've already begun the process.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
God. Well, I'm waiting for that day eagerly.
Yes. I guess that's gonna do it for us.
Thank you for listening for the first one in a while.
Yes, for the first one ever.
The first one
this
ever.
Is the only episode of the Give It a Go show.
Yeah, the first one. Thank you for coming to see it.
Coming to see it. Thank you for calcifying into crabs.
Yeah, we're happy for that.
Yeah, big fan.
Yes, so if you have anything that you want us to talk about, then just email us at giveitagoshow@gmail.com, or I don't know, we're on Instagram and the other one, Twitter.
The other one. Yeah. They kind of all melt into each other, don't they?
Yeah, regardless of whether you're a human or a crab, or a human crab. Thank you for listening.
Yes, and go make some memories.